Hello everyone, this is Bolo Joshista from Aerobee section. Today I am going to explain about the topic control of flow over a bluff body. So, what is a bluff body and what is the flow? Actually, when we come across the flow of over a body or a bluff body such as a cylindrical or a two-dimensional bluff body with a blunt trailing edge and a spear. First, we introduce a three-dimensional forcing applied to two-dimensional bluff body and show that it significantly changes vertical structures in a wake and reduces mean drag and lift fluctuations. And by providing an appropriate active and a passive control by separating shear layers, we can destabilize the shear layers and reattach the flow of a surface before main separation. This is some about control of a flow over a bluff body. Coming to the introduction, the flow over a body is common occurrence associated with a fluid flowing over an obstacle or which with the movement of a natural or an artificial body. Evident example are the flows past an airplane, a submarine and automobile, and wind blowing fast past a bridge and high rise buildings. At much low Reynolds numbers, the flow over a bluff body is highly viscous and the force exerted on the body is mainly attributed to the skin friction. However, when the Reynolds numbers exceeds a critical value, vortex shedding occurs in the wake, resulting in a significant pressure drop on the rear surface of the body. The vortex shedding occurs over a wide range of Reynolds numbers, causing serious structural vibrations, acoustic noises, reasons, and enhanced materials of mixing significant increases in the mean drag and the lift fluctuations. Therefore, the effective cortex control of vortex shedding important in application. And there are some scientists who are suppressing this all vortex shedding and as Dravonchik with in 1981 and Ortel, Griffin and Hall and Chiol. These are the research activities. There are many passive and active loopholes and loop control methods were introduced to control vortex shedding behind two-dimensional bluff body, such as circular cylinder and a two-dimensional blunt-based bluff body. Examples are the end plate, splitter plate, geometrical modification in the trailing edge, base bleed. These control methods are passive or active open loop in the sense that there is no power input or no feedback sensor respectively. Many attempts have been also made to improve the control efficiency and effectiveness using active feedback control methods with the advent of microelectrical mechanical systems developed of control theory and fast growing of computer power. The merit of this approach is to obtain information from the response of flow system to an actuation. So this is all about the introductions of a control of a flow over a bluff body. Coming to the three-dimensional forcing for two-dimensional bluff body, in the section we provide a passive and active loopholes controlling varying along the span size directions called three-dimensional forcing to control nominally two-dimensional wake. So here comes the passive control. Examples of three-dimensional geometrical modifications are like a helical streak, segmented trailing edge, wavy trailing edge on the blunt based models, span-wise ways to front stagnation, hemispiral bumps and reference. These are some of the proofs, and there we can see the diagram over a three-dimensional of a cylinder and a body. And coming to the second point, the optimal configuration of taps producing about 33% of in the base pressure owing to the taps the vortices shed from the upper and lower trailing edges loses their two-dimensional nature and the vortex dislocation occurs. The vortex shedding completely disappears right behind the bluff body but occurs weakly at further downstream locations. Since the main mechanism of drag reduction by the tap is to introduce the sponsor's phase mismatched in the vortex shedding process and thus to break the nominally two-dimensional nature of vortex shedding. The passive adhesive device should work for the other elements dimensional bluff body such as circular cylinder. An active loop open loop control. When a time periodic open loop forcing is applied, vortex shedding in the wake is in general locked in phase to the forcing, and consequently the forcing strengthens vortex shedding and increases the mean drag in the lift fluctuations. There are a few successful active open loopholes and loop controls that attentively vortex shedding and reduce drag. One example is the high frequency rotation of the circular cylinder by Tokumaru and Demotakis in 1991. So, and another base bleed, although these controls are effectively in reducing their efficiencies are not so high. There are only few air control active control methods employing three-dimensional forces in literature. As we can see, the blow and the suction profile from each slot is sinusoidal in the spoon-wise direction, but in steady time, as we can see the pictures, the pi 1 of z is equal to pi 2 of z and pi of 0 sine of 2 pi by lambda, in where pi 1 and pi 2 are radical velocities and the upper and lower slots respectively. Z is the spawn-wise direction, pi naught is the forcing amplitude, and lambda is the forcing wavelength. Here we can see the flow over a body in a picture A, B and C. And the when we here we see the examples of figures in which the control of a flow will be calculated. As we can see in first instantaneous vertical structures is a wake with an uncontrolled flow and a controlled flow, and coming to see these diagrams we can conclude that the flow will be in this over a circular cylinder body, and we can see these are the Reynolds number and the graph pattern which we use it to locate or detect this type of flow. And coming to know that there are some pictures, the figures that we can follow from this. Here we come to see that in this figure 7, oil flow pattern of a sphere surface at the critical Reynolds numbers. So there is a laminar separation, transitional turbulent bubble reattachments and turbulent separation across this sphere. As we can see, there is a flow. These are the type of laminar flow and a turbulent flow passing on it. As we can see in this diagram of a experimental setup on figure 8, we can see this is an open type experiment with a chamber and a speaker and a latex supporter, which is used to show this control over flow of a body. And also we can see in picture 9, figure 9, the variation of drag coefficient with respect to forcing frequency will be in this the vertical bars denoted, and these are some of the measurements given to find out the given flow over a body. So there are some theories to find the control theories of a three-dimensional bluff body. There are some feedback control methods are attractive over a passive and active open loop controls, in that the control input is continuously modified according to the response of the flow system. In this section, we represent three successful control methods such as a linear proportional feedback control, suboptimal control, and a control based on a surrogate management framework. Linear proportion feedback control. We apply linear proportion control similar to the proposed by Park et al. In 1994. The velocity of a certain in the wake region is measured for feedback and the control input at a part of a sphere surface. As we can see, these are the type of control theories which will be done in this diagram and a graph, and these are some type of graphs which we use to find out the control flow over a body. Here we can see there are drag variations of drag coefficients on the position and feedback of Reynolds numbers. And coming to see that conclusions, so the main important conclusions in this study, we presented three control methods applied to bluff body flow. First, introduced a three-dimensional forcing applied to a two-dimensional bluff body and showed that it significantly changes vertical structures in the wake and reduces mean drag and lift fluctuations. The control directly interacted with the flow in the wake rather than through the change in the boundary layer before main separation. Therefore, this control can be applied to flows over two-dimensional bluff bodies with and without fixed separations. Second, by providing an inappropriate active and passive control to the separating shear layer, we destabilize the shear layer and reattach the flow on the surface before main separation, which delayed main separation and decreased drag. The phenomena is quite similar to what happens at a critical Reynolds number without any control. Finally, we applied control methods based on control theories and suboptimal feedback control and active open loop control using surrogate management to flow over a surface. Three controls were all successful in reducing the lift fluctuations. So as you can see, the optimal blow suction velocity for SMF and also vertical structures at Reynolds numbers without any control. So here is my presentation about the control over bluff body. Thank you.